Do you take any sort of physical education?
Not this semester.
But eventually you will take some sort of physical education.
I'm not sure.
But trust me, the minute she decides to run after a ball and take a public shower with 30 other girls, you are getting a call.
Well, thank you.
Dinner's ready.
Sarah, 1 minute, please.
Yeah?
I told you we eat dinner at 7. And right now it's 6:30. Therefore, one could conclude that maybe it's just a tad early for dinner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We want to eat at 7.
But the food's ready now.
Okay, never mind. We'll eat. We're eating. Up, up. Let's go. It's fine. It's better. Then we can all be in bed by 9. Sit down.
Mom, tell us what is up right now.
What is up with what?
With you, with her, with you and her.
Well, she's new, Lorelai. She's only been here 3 days. She's still getting the hang of things. I think it's only fair to give the woman a chance. Why are you staring at me?
Mom, you've had maids deported who were better than her.
I have not.
Talk.
Your father made a crack the other day about my not being able to keep a maid. Of course, it's a gross exaggeration. Yes, I've had maids I haven't liked, but I've also had maids I've loved.
Name one.
Dea.
Who?
You remember she took you shopping once.
How old was I?
I don't know.
Guess.
4 or 5.
Mom, you haven't liked a maid since I was 4 or 5?
I have liked a maid. You asked me whom I've loved. I loved Dea.
And whatever happened to Dea?
Oh, how should I know? But I loved her.
Okay, so salad.
Thank you, Sarah.
Oops, big bell.
Sarah, the salad. Sarah. Pass the wine, Lorelai.
You want a straw with that?
You're enjoying this?
Well, yeah.
Laura, I need to talk to you.
Chris, what are you doing here?
You won't return my calls.
Did you do this?
I knew you'd be here.
I did not do this.
You gave me no choice.
After I told you to just stay out of it.
Lorelai, I did not do this.
You have to go.
I'm not going until you talk to me.
Christopher, Lorelai, come back here.
Why won't you call me back?
Hey, there couldn't be a worse time to have this conversation.
Really? Because it seems to be the only time to have this conversation.
Look, go home, okay? I promise I will talk to you tomorrow.
Well, sure, I believe that.
Hey, I've never lied to you. There's no reason to doubt my word.
Really, 45 unreturned phone calls isn't a reason?
No, it isn't.
You shutting me out like this is wrong.
I'm not discussing this with you here in my mother's house.
You don't get to dictate this. I need to talk to you. You won't call me back, and I did what I had to do. And I'm sorry. But after all we've been through, especially over these last few months, you shutting me out is wrong. And you know what hits me the hardest, Laura?
Apparently it isn't the door on your way out.
You keeping Rory from me.
What?
I never, ever thought you'd do that.
I'm not keeping Rory from you.
Oh, really? Then why hasn't she called me back, huh? I mean, no matter where you and I have been in our lives, my daughter has always called me back, until now.
Hey, listen to me.
I didn't call you back because I didn't want to. Me. Mom had nothing to do with it.
Okay, honey, calm down.
You promised me. You promised me at Suki's wedding that this was going to work, that you were going to be there. You promised me.
Honey, please understand.
No, I always understand, and I don't want to understand. I don't even really want to talk about this right now. I've got Mom. That's all I need. Go be somebody else's dad.
Don't say that.
I'm going upstairs. Call me when he's gone.
She did not get there by herself.
Hey, have you ever met your daughter? She could get anywhere by herself. She could get to the 3rd dimension by herself. She was helping the crossing guard when she was 4.
I'm going to talk to her.
No, you're not. She wants to be alone and cool off. Respect that. I'll talk to her later.
You'll talk to her, great. That makes me feel a whole lot better.
You need to leave. Right now.
This isn't right. She needs her father.
I know she needs her father. I've been telling her she needs her father. But she feels like her father bailed on her and she's mad and hurt and I can't change that in 3 minutes.
Do you think I like this situation?
Oh, God.
Do you? I mean, after what you and I had going and now...
Chris, do you remember why we're here right now? What event in your life caused this very pleasant moment we're sharing?
That has nothing to do with this.
Oh, what? Chris, man, what do you want from me?
I want to talk.
About what?
I don't know. I don't like how things are.
But that's how they are.
I didn't want things to turn out this way.
But they did turn out this way.
But I didn't want that.
Christopher, is Sherry still pregnant?
Of course she is.
Are you still with her?
Yes.
Are you gonna marry her?
Yes.
Then, honey, we are where we are. Accept it.
I can't.
Don't you understand that I can't talk to you because it hurts? Talking to you really hurts. Standing here right now is killing me, okay? Don't you understand that?
Christopher, I think you'd better go now.
Emily,
Leave now, please.
You know you need a mask and a horse when you do that.
Something's burning. I'm not quite sure what other way there is to say no walnuts in the salad except to say no walnuts in the salad.
Mom, she just made a mistake.
She doesn't listen. She doesn't care. She has no work ethic.
She has some work ethic. You made her remake the salad 4 times.
I like things done correctly.
Preferably the first time.
Thank you, Richard.
You know, Mom, in Europe, they eat the salad last and the main course first.
We're not in Europe.
We could pretend.
Really, Lorelai, you can't wait 10 minutes for another salad. The situation's that dire.
4 salads ago, no, not dire. Right now, it's your money for nothing and your chicks for free.
Rory?
She didn't have lunch.
Fine.
Where are you going?
Apparently, we're going to be European tonight.
Oh, wonderful. I was getting so tired of being American, day after day after day.
God, I'm starved.
Think about something else.
Like what?
Something disgusting that will take your appetite away.
Ari Fleischer?
Ari Fleischer's our nation's mouthpiece, young lady.
Officially not hungry now.
Liliana will be right out with the sand dabs. I'm afraid we're going to have to let her go, Richard.
Well, if that's how you feel, Emily.
You're firing someone over putting walnuts in a salad?
I'm going to fire someone over putting walnuts in a salad after she was told not to put walnuts in the salad.
Mom, you know, if you're not a little nicer to your help, you might find yourself in a Frank Lloyd Wright situation.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
What on earth does Frank Lloyd Wright have to do with my salad?
And your walnuts.
Mrs. Wright apparently had this major problem with her help. She was very rough on them and they totally hated her. So this guy who had worked for her forever, he had finally had enough. I believe the incident was over walnuts, wasn't it, honey?
The exact cause has not been proven.
Anyhow, Mrs. Wright invites this whole posse of people over for dinner, and they're all sitting around eating, and Mr. Disgruntled Servant Guy goes outside and locks all the doors and windows and douses the whole house in gasoline and sets the place on fire.
My goodness.
So the house is on fire, and people are freaking out, so they run to the doors, but the doors are locked. So a few of them try to get out through the windows, but Mr. Angry Puss is standing outside with an axe hacking them to death, and so they all died.
Why on earth would you tell me that story?
All I'm saying is, sometimes eating a walnut is preferable to getting hacked to death or set on fire during dinner.
One of these days, I'm going to make you eat it in your room.
I'm going to go get myself another soda. Would anyone else like something?
I'd like a big bag of walnuts, and make sure you tell her they're for me.
I believe I need a little more ice. Emily, are you fine?
Yes, Richard, I'm fine, thank you. Oh, stop that.
Did you find it?
Yes, I did.
Good, good. Ah, here we are. Ice. And chocolates.
Bless you.
So, tell me, how's it going at school?
It's good. It's crazy.
Senior year.
Yep.
Preparing for college can be a daunting task. I remember when I was preparing for Yale.
Bad?
I don't believe I slept the entire year. I didn't even cut my hair for 2 months.
Grandpa.
Oh, yes, it was quite a scandal. But in the end, it was all worth it.
Yeah?
My years at Yale were absolutely the most gratifying ones of my life. Just the sheer freedom of knowing that anything I wanted to learn, I could learn right there. Plus the history of the place, the heritage. My father went to Yale.
I know.
I also made wonderful friends there. Friends I still have today.
That must be nice.
I'm going to be going back there next week. There's going to be a little reunion of the Whiffenpoofs.
I'm sorry, the what?
It's an a cappella singing group I belong to at Yale.
A singing group?
A very famous singing group, actually. Like the Beatles, but with better table manners.
I've never heard you sing.
Well, I am no Perry Como, but my shower hasn't kicked me out yet. Anyway, a group of us are going to get together at the old alma mater and have a little dinner, swap some war stories.
Sounds fun.
Excuse me.
Oh, did you see what I just saw?
Walnuts.
Poor Grandma.
Poor us. You know, you might want to come with me next week
Come with you where?
to Yale.
What?
Oh, I don't mean the dinner. That would be boring for you, but you might enjoy seeing the school.
Well-
Your mother could come too. It would be a fun little adventure.
Wow.
We could drive down, have a little roadside snack, get there about noon, have a little tour, and then the two of you girls could go off and have fun, and the old folks could have a somber little dinner. I think you'd love to see it. I certainly would love to show it to you.
Well, sure, Grandpa. That would be nice.
Wonderful. Oh, I'm thrilled. Do you want to tell your mother, or shall I?
Oh, you know what? I can tell her.
All right, you tell her.
My Monique speaks only French, so please excuse the inconvenience.
Oh, no, that's fine. I love French.
She really wants to learn English. Perhaps tonight will inspire her. Je leur ai dit que tu voulais apprendre l'anglais.
L'anglais, oui, je veux bien l'apprendre, mais je suis tellement paresseuse.
Oh, ça prend du temps, Monique. t'en fais pas.
Merci.
Oh, no, no, no. That's why I love it when the Clemenceaus visit. It gives me the opportunity to haul out my rusty French.
Your French is wonderful, Richard. It always has been.
Oh, no, no, no. Tu es très gentil. Please, sit, sit, sit.
Merci. So, Rory, you speak French at all?
Just a tiny little bit.
Un tout petit peu?
Oui, un tout petit peu.
And you, my dear?
Even less. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? That's about it.
Lorelai,
Oh, my God.
It's just a joke.
asking my friend to go to bed with you is a joke.
It's a song.
It's just a joke, Dad.
Oh, je vois, c'est une chanson de pop. It's a pop song. I didn't know that.
Lady Marmelade.
It's very rich. It's very, very funny.
Oh, well, thank you.
You need a drink, oui?
Very astute, Claude. Martini with a twist, Dad?
All right.
Is this your first American Thanksgiving, Claude?
It is. It is. I've seen it in the movies. People seem to eat and eat and eat until they can't eat anymore.
That's about it?
It's about giving thanks. Gets you thinking about the good things.
We have a lot to give thanks for in this country.
Definitely.
Me, I start each day giving thanks for three things: Cuban cigars, French champagne, and gorgeous women. And I must give extra thanks for the extraordinary group here tonight.
Douglas, Richard, leave us, won't you?
What?
Just another joke.
I missed another joke.
You have your mother's wit.
Sometimes I wish you'd give it back.
Emily mentioned that you were coming from another function.
No, this is your second dinner?
Fourth, actually.
Fourth?
Oh, thank you for fitting us in, Lorelai.
Don't worry, Dad. You're the main event. An hour, 56 minutes.
Rory, did your grandmother say you were a high school senior? Mm-hmm. So you're going through this horrible period of applying to college.
It's not so horrible.
Well, she's got it pretty well covered.
That's right.
All your applications are in.
I've applied.
You have a grandson your age. He's going through hell.
He's already been turned down for early admission to Stanford. His dream.
Took it pretty hard.
Children put so much stress on themselves these days.
It's pretty stressful.
He's waiting to hear from his backups.
I have a grandson who lives with his mother in Orlando. You know, he's going through a very similar thing, poor boy.
How do they like Orlando, Claude?
Well, it's all Mickey Mouse this and Mickey Mouse that. You know, they want to die.
That's too bad.
Where did you apply, dear?
Harvard.
No word yet?
I'm not supposed to hear back for a while.
Where else?
Where else?
Where else did you apply? Your alternates.
We're so curious. It's like we've been going through this ourselves.
Well, I'm pretty much counting on Harvard.
But you didn't apply to just Harvard, did you?
Well, no.
No?
Am I prying?
No.
We applied elsewhere?
Well, you can't just apply to one place.
Children wouldn't allow that.
Is that true?
Pretty much.
Why didn't you tell me that?
I was going to.
You have to be safe.
My grandson, 6 schools.
Same with Dustin.
Where else did you apply?
Just at some other schools.
Well, if you're aiming at Harvard, that would be Princeton, Yale, maybe Vassar, Wesleyan.
Certainly Yale because of Richard's connections, yes?
I would assume so.
Those are the kinds of places, yep.
The kinds of places or the places? Rory?
Princeton. Yale.
Yale?
Yes?
Yale, Dad?
Oh, this is the first I'm hearing about it, Lorelai.
Oh, bull.
Mom.
Lorelai?
You did this.
I haven't discussed this awful subject since the debacle at the campus.
You forced her hand.
I did nothing of the sort.
Mom, wait.
You made it seem like you'd be deeply hurt if she didn't apply to Yale, and she's very sensitive, so that's as good as forcing her hand.
Lorelai, really?
You wanted her to go to Yale instead of Harvard, didn't you?
Well, that wasn't a secret.
Lorelai ne veut pas que Rory aille à Yale.
Je suis désolé de ce qui se passe ici.
Stick to English, Dad.
Grandpa didn't force my hand.
Honey, you weren't aware he was doing it.
She is not a puppet, Lorelai.
I needed a backup.
But why Yale?
I could live at home.
You!
What?
Well, you got to her. That was your thing.
I'm afraid we started this.
This is not your doing, Natalie.
Encore une fois, je suis désolé.
I never spoke to Rory about that.
I don't believe you.
I figured it out on my own, Mom.
You're saying there have been no conversations, no emails?
I can read a map.
This is unbelievable.
And past indelicate. We have guests.
Yes, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry you have to see this.
This is paranoia, Lorelai. There's been no conspiring.
I'm not being paranoid, Mom. For 17 years, she was going to Harvard, and now all of a sudden she's applied to Yale and she's mimicking everything you say. This is just crazy.
Elle a dit que c'est de la folie.
Excuse me, please. It's freezing out here.
It's Jamaica compared to in there.
It's just an alternative to Harvard. A backup. It changes nothing.
Oh, no.
Lorelai.
Mom, I don't want to talk.
Do you believe we had nothing to do with this?
Just for a second, Mom, please. Just let me digest this for a second. All this Yale stuff.
Happy birthday, dear Lorelai. Happy birthday to you. You can take the cake into the kitchen now, Teresa.
Wait, aren't I supposed to blow them out?
Oh, Teresa can do that.
Mom, it's tradition for the person whose name is on the cake to do the blowing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought only children like to do that. Should we bring it back out and relight it?
No.
Well, would you like to make a wish and blow out the tapers?
Why am I being mocked at my birthday?
Because that's the Gilmore way.
Huh.
Let's move into the living room for our dessert, shall we?
Let's shall. How are we doing for time?
We've got time for cake.
Are you sure? Because I don't want to miss the fancy party you're throwing me.
Don't worry, it's not that fancy.
What are the two of you whispering about?
Nothing.
Champagne?
Trying to get me drunk so I forget that you wouldn't let me blow out my own candles?
Oh, dear. Is this going to be another one of those stories that you tell people for the rest of your life, like the bunny story?
His name was Murray, Mom.
Oh, Emily, you had to bring that up.
How could you think I wouldn't notice you gave away my rabbit?
Because you were 4 and terrified of the thing.
I was not terrified. I simply respected his space.
You slept in the maid's room for a week.
I wonder where Murray is now.
In a shoebox somewhere, I assume.
Grandpa.
Very nice, and on my birthday.
Once again, a toast to Lorelai on her 36th birthday.
35th.
Really?
You're doing the math?
Right, sorry. To Lorelai on her 35th birthday.
Here, here.
Thank you for the toast. Thank you for the dinner. And in the spirit of the evening, Mom, I have something for you.
For me? It's not my birthday.
I know, but here.
Oh. What is this?
It's from Murray. It's taken him this long to write it, partially because of the hurt and pain, and partially because he has pause.
What is this?
That is what I owe you.
What you owe me?
For Rory's school. I promised you I'd pay you back, and now I have, every cent. Thank you again for helping us out. There's no way Rory would be going to Yale if it wasn't for this money, if it wasn't for you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so,
You must be very relieved.
excuse me?
Your debt is paid. You owe us nothing.
Well, yeah.
You don't need us anymore.
I didn't say...
You don't have to deal with us. You don't have to come over for Friday night dinners. It all works out beautifully, doesn't it?
This isn't about that, Mom.
Oh, no?
No, I owed you money, and I paid you back.
I don't want it.
I can't believe you're mad that I'm paying you back.
I'm not mad. I just think it's extremely unkind of you to use this occasion to inform me you won't be coming over anymore.
I didn't say that.
This said that.
Mom, let me ask you something. Wouldn't you rather we came over here because we wanted to, not because of some threat you're holding over our heads?
Oh, and you would come here voluntarily.
I always said I would pay you back. This is not a surprise.
No, it certainly isn't.
I was trying to do a good thing here. When Dad gave me the money, one of the first things that jumped into my head was to...
When Dad gave you the money? When Dad gave her the money?
Now, Emily,
You gave her this?
it was her money.
It was from that investment, Mom.
I'd appreciate it if you'd stay out of this.
Why are you mad at me?
I told you not to tell your mother about that money.
When did you tell me that?
At lunch.
You did not.
I did too.
Dad, I swear you didn't tell me not to tell Mom.
Why do you think I met you in the day at a restaurant, Lorelai? Think.
You kept this from me, Richard?
I knew you would be upset.
You lied to me.
I had to give it to her. I was legally obligated.
You're also legally obligated to your wife.
Mom.
Don't you talk to me.
Now you're overreacting.
Don't you talk to me either.
Don't be mad at Dad.
Stay out of this.
I just...
Well, don't.
Mom, please. Just because I gave you this money doesn't mean we're never going to come over here again. We will come over. Maybe not every week, but there will be the occasional Friday night dinners.
No, there won't.
Grandma.
I don't need anybody doing me any favors. You are released from your obligation, Lorelai. Have a nice birthday, have a nice life. I'm going to bed.
Dad?
Not now.
Richard, they're here. Put those papers away and fix your tie.
Hi, Grandma.
Hello, Rory.
It's nice to see you.
It's nice to see you, too. Come on in.
I'm sorry I'm a little late.
Well, you're here now, and that's all that matters. Shall we go into the living room?
Yes, then I can give you your present.
My present? Well, that sounds very interesting.
We bought it for you in Paris because Mom said you loved Paris the most.
I wonder what it could be.
For you?
Oh, my, it's lovely, Rory, really. Just beautiful.
It was between this and the Arc de Triomphe, but Mom said that the Eiffel Tower was fancier.
I agree, and I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, where is your mother tonight? Not sick, I hope?
Oh, no, she's fine. She just had some things to do.
Ah, things.
Errands, actually.
Errands, of course.
But she'll be here next week, and she says she's looking forward to it.
Emily, I'm expecting a call, and there's nothing I can do about it, so please don't be upset when I leave the table. Rory, how lovely to see you. Mwah. Well, how was the first European excursion?
It was perfect.
Lorelai had chores to do tonight.
Chores?
Errands, you know.
Errands?
Yes, that's why she didn't come. She had to run errands. But she'll be here next week, and she's looking forward to it. Isn't that nice?
I suppose.
I think so, too. Would you like to see my present?
Well, that's very nice. That'll fit right in with your collection, Emily.
Yes, it will.
We got something for you too, Grandpa.
Well, I guess you're not the only one who gets a treat tonight.
Oh, and just when I thought I was special.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
We found this amazing pipe store in Copenhagen, and the man there can carve anything you want. His family's been doing it for over 150 years. And they had a whole set of Alice in Wonderland pipes that Mom wanted to get, but they were way too expensive, so we just got the Queen of Hearts.
Well, I love it.
Yes, and you're going to love it outside on the patio.
As you wish, my dear. That's my call. That's my call.
Hurry back, or we'll start without you.
5 minutes. 10 tops.
It'll be an hour.
Is his new business going well?
Oh, who knows? He's not in the room long enough to find out.
Dinner is served, Mrs. Gilmore.
All right, Gerda. Well, I guess we should go in and eat.
What about Grandpa?
Oh, we'll save him something.
Okay.
So, Rory, tell me, how were the Gundersons?
The who?
The Gundersons. Our friends in Zurich. The ones we told you to look up when you got there.
Oh, the Gundersons, right.
I'll tell you, they better have given you a first-class welcome. Especially after that son of theirs squatted here for over a month last year.
And ruin the rug in the guest room.
That's right. Hope you ruined one of their rugs as well.
Actually, we didn't get a chance to see the Gundersons.
Hmm?
Why not? Were they out of town?
Well,
You did go to Zurich, didn't you?
Yes, but you know, Zurich was so crazy for us that we just figured, we'll just catch them next time.
You didn't call them?
You know, there really wasn't time.
Well, what about the Egger homes in Denmark? Is their new house a monstrosity?
Well, if you think Zurich was hectic, then Denmark was just woo.
You didn't call them?
No.
The Rosascos in Florence?
No.
The Talbots in London?
We were only in London for 2 days.
Well, who did you look up when you went to Europe?
Jim Morrison says hello.
You didn't look up one of our friends? We must have given you 15 names.
I know, but we got so caught up in the backpacking aspect of it that it just kind of slipped our minds.
You know what that means, Emily. We're going to have to stay with the Gundersons when we go to Zurich in the fall.
Rory, would you like another piece of chicken?
Tiresome people.
I've already had 2, Grandma.
I'm sorry, why are we friends with them again?
Well, just take it and nibble at it if you want to. Gerda, you can put the souffle in now.
Souffle?
Yes, we're going to have a special dessert, something to celebrate your homecoming.
Well, why didn't you put it in the oven when we sat down to dinner? Those things take forever to cook.
You know, every time we go to Paris, I marvel at their ability to turn a simple meal into a 3 or 4 hour event. Makes every day seem like a party. So tonight, I thought we'd be European. I thought maybe we'd have a cheese plate before dessert and coffee. How does that sound? Bon?
Oh, yes, very bon.
It's nice to mix it up once in a while. Oh, I have a wonderful idea. Rory, have you ever seen a ballroom dancing competition?
No.
Oh, you would love it. It is so exciting, and the costumes are beautiful. I've been taping them since 1978. Can you imagine?
No.
All right, then. After dessert, you and I are going to hunker down in that den that we never use, and I am pulling out those tapes. We'll just start at the beginning and see how far we get. Perfect. Here's the cheese. Very ambitious.
And very tasty. I'll tell the service not to do that either.
Lorelai.
Yes.
My napkin.
Oh, what? Yes. Napkin, yes, your napkin. I got it. Do you want me to just tuck it in your shirt there? Or?
My lap will be fine.
Okay. There you go. Feel free to spill anything you want down there. You are covered.
What is the next course?
Lobster pot pie.
You may bring it out now.
Okay.
Suki, how far along are you?
8 months.
Lorelai, there doesn't seem to be any reason for a pregnant woman in her 8th month to be running back and forth to the kitchen, does there?
No, there doesn't.
You should take my plates, otherwise you have no place to put the pot pie.
Oh, I can think of a place.
What was that?
Plate's going bye-bye. Okay. When I give the signal, you run in a distractor, and I'll take her down. Got it? Here we go. Suki's famous lobster pot pie.
Very nice crust.
Thank you.
Well, Suki, I must say your food is as accomplished as I remember it.
Oh, thank you, Emily.
And I think after we fine-tune the presentation, we'll have ourselves a very nice dinner party.
So we got the job.
Yes, you got the job.
We got the job. Thank you. You will not be disappointed.
No, I will not. The event starts at 7:30. I would like you to be here at 4 o'clock. I'm going to make a Xerox copy of my notes here so the two of you can peruse it on the way home.
We did it! We got the job! What a score! We landed a whale.
Yeah, we always had the job, Suki. The whale was just toying with us. She was swatting us with her tail and hosing us down with her blowhole. Because that is the whale's MO. Humiliate and rip apart every other fish in the sea until there's nothing left but a bloody pile of chum.
Well, you really hate whales, don't you?
I'm afraid you aren't going to be catering the launch party after all.
What? Why?
Your father and I just decided to go a different way, that's all.
A different way?
Now, of course, I realize you've already put out some money.
Yeah, we have.
Of course, I will reimburse you for all expenses. Just give me the receipts.
Great.
Well, that's it. That's all I came to tell you.
Okay, well, thanks for the notice.
You don't have to take that tone with me, Lorelai.
Really? I don't? After you made us do that ridiculous tasting at the house?
You told me to treat you like any other company.
Oh, but you sat there like the Queen of England making us jump through hoops and taking pages of ridiculous notes, and for what? So you could fire us? Is this payback for me not telling you about the business? Because I have to say, Mom, even for you, it seems a little extreme.
I understand you're upset.
Yes, I'm upset. We needed that money, Mom, and I knew that humiliation was part of the package, but I did it because I had to, and just you abruptly firing us is completely wrong.
I agree, it is wrong.
Well, okay, then as long as you agree it's wrong, okay.
I'm sorry, Lorelai. I really am. I thought your table was lovely. I thought the food was wonderful. I was really looking forward to this party. I think it might have been the best one I ever put on.
So then what happened?
Oh, you know, times change, Lorelai. Things that were once considered proper and elegant are now considered stuffy and out of date.
Like what?
Like canapes and cocktail parties and the people who plan them.
Mom, what are you talking about?
Nothing, it's not important.
Mom, come on.
Jason decided to take the clients to Atlantic City instead. He thinks that's what they would prefer to do. He's probably right, anyhow, what do I know?
Did he know all the work you put into this?
It's really not important, Lorelai. I do this for your father. I have done this for your father for the last 36 years. If he thinks that Jason's right, then it's fine with me. And after all, now I don't have to worry about a party. I can just relax and hang out.
Mom.
Anyhow, I have to go. I'm wasting all my hanging out time sitting here talking about this silly party. Send me those receipts and I'll get you a check.
Okay, well, great.
Apologize to Suki for me, will you?
Sure.
We'll see you girls Friday night. So how loud was I back there?
Well, you were heard.
If I had seen somebody act that way in a store, I would have called security.
It's really okay, Mom. It wasn't that loud. It's totally forgotten. Do not disturb, I'm eating.
What was that phone call you got before, when you were coming over with the trays?
Oh, it's this ad we're doing for the inn. The drawing of the inn came out purple, like eggplant, like Prince chose the color. It was bad.
Sounds awful.
No, this is their screw up. Just one of the many joyous things I get to deal with on a daily basis.
You were very forceful.
Was I?
Very in command. I liked how you handled it.
Well, I learned from the best.
From whom?
From the lady eating her hamburger with a knife and fork. That's whom.
Oh, please. I order maids and salespeople around. That's different. I've never done anything.
Mom, come on, that's not true.
Richard's right. I buy things I don't even want. It's all I have.
No, Mom. You have friends and family who love being with you. And you have a house you love. You have a whole life. You could have a dog if you want. There's a swell pet store here. You're losing perspective, Mom. You're not seeing clearly.
You would just shave that mustache.
And that's all it would take, shaving his mustache? Mom, you need to talk to him.
He's always so distracted.
No, make him talk. You need it. And make it a real talk, without bickering, without snipping, without mentioning Moby. Really clear the air.
I got pepper, I got napkins, I got Lou's phone number. He asked me to give it to you.
Oh, I'm privileged.
What'd I miss?
I was just admiring your mother's life.
Oh, I do that daily.
Your grandmother is to have an open casket ceremony displayed in all her glory, then is to be cremated and have her ashes divided in two. Half to be buried with her husband in the family crypt, and the other half to be put in an urn and placed on our mantelpiece.
Half of Gran is going to be on your mantle forever.
Staring at me, judging me.
You know, it's so weird. I know so little about Gran. I mean, like, what was her maiden name?
Gilmore.
No, her maiden name.
Gilmore.
Wait, you're not saying...
She and Charles were second cousins.
Ew, what?
Oh, don't act so scandalized. It was not at all uncommon for prominent families to keep the bloodlines close.
Keeping the bloodlines close? Is that what we're calling it?
Well, what would you call it?
Oh, I don't know. How about Good Morning Appalachia? I got a mighty cute sister and an extra set of toes.
No one has any extra toes.
I have a double-jointed thumb.
Remarkable. Use it to hand me some more papers, please. This is to your father. It's a carbon copy of a letter she sent to your father.
Oh, it's nice.
My dearest Richard, it is with heavy heart that I write you this letter tonight, but I cannot stand by and let you make a terrible mistake. Until now, I had thought, hoped, prayed that you would come to the same conclusion that I have. But you have not, and therefore I feel it is my duty as your mother to beg you to reconsider your impending marriage. I'm sure that Emily is a very suitable woman for someone, but not for you. She will not be able to make you happy. She does not have the Gilmore stamina or spark. She is simply not a Gilmore.
Well, sure, because you weren't directly related to him.
I don't know the circumstances surrounding your breakup with Pennell and Lott, but it is still my belief that she is much better suited for you than Emily. I know that the timing of this is particularly awkward since you are to be married tomorrow.
No way!
But your happiness is too important to me, so timing be damned.
She wanted Dad to leave you at the altar.
She begged him to leave me at the altar. She begged him in writing, and then she saved the carbon.
Holy moly, can I see that?
I can't believe this. I'm standing here in her basement, covered in dust. I'm organizing her estate and cataloging her things. I've been on the phone for days trying to make sure that everything was exactly the way she wanted it. And all this time, she never even wanted me in her family.
Man, she sure used a lot of exclamation points.
Well, fine. That's just fine because I am done.
Done?
I'm done planning and running around and calling people. I'm done with anything having to do with that woman.
But, Dad...
Skipped my best friend's funeral to golf. That's what your dad did.
Mom, we have to plan this funeral.
Find a box, throw her in, we're done.
Mom.
Better yet, throw the old harpy's carcass in a ditch. Let a wolverine eat her.
Okay, but see, finding a wolverine near a ditch, that takes planning.
Do whatever you want. I'm gonna have a drink. Would you like a drink?
I can't do it, Mom. I don't know the system. Whoa.
I told Tilda to take the day off. Nothing's happening here.
I think every delivery boy in town would beg to differ.
What? Oh, those. Just put those anywhere. I have to finish reading The Crimson Petal and The White for my book club. Suki! What a pleasant surprise. What are you doing here?
I brought Suki so she could check what equipment she's gonna need for the wake. And who the hell are you?
I'm so sorry, Emily.
About what?
Well, about Richard's mother dying.
Are you? Huh. Would you like a cigarette?
No, thank you.
Well, then, more for me.
I think she broke.
Mom, what's going on?
I'm just gonna go to the kitchen.
Mom!
Lorelai, please, I'm reading.
Okay.
If you're going by the bar, my drink could use a little freshening up.
Your drink is fresh enough. And put that cigarette out. How are you holding up?
My feet are killing me.
How's the rest of you?
The rest of me. The rest of me is fine.
Oh, you know, Mom, she may have written that letter, but he picked you.
I can't believe you wore those shoes to a funeral.
I'm going to go get a stuffed mushroom now.
Thank you again.
Take care.
Your tie's crooked.
Oh.
Have you eaten?
Oh, yes. Every 5 minutes, it seems, a young man would show up at my side with a tray of food. Your doing, I suppose.
Could be. There, that's better.
So I've been thinking.
Yes?
I'm not so sure the mantle is the best place for Gran's ashes.
What?
The ledge is too small. Wouldn't really be appropriate.
But her wishes.
Being buried with my father seems right. Don't you agree?
Whatever you want, Richard.
So there she is, Aunt Lorelai, already in her 70s, mind you. And the blizzard